Hello, everyone. This is Mestre Tigri from GRUPO Ondas, and you're probably surprised that you're seeing a PowerPoint. I promise it won't be too painful. It's just a couple of slides. We want to make sure that our friends, our family, the capoeira community, people who want to sponsor have a clear sense of what we're trying to do here. We're celebrating 25 years, and not to split hairs, but technically it's more like 30. We started the Capoeira Club at Classical High School with Principal Mezzanati in 1993. He allowed us to use little space to make sure that we are learning and that we were sharing capoeira right here in Providence. By 1996, I was at the University of Rhode Island, started a club there. But it wasn't until 1998 where we were formally being invited into the martial arts community, started to be recognized as a contributing body to the education of martial arts through our capoeira program. That's why we're celebrating 25 years. We had our little growing pains with handwritten and hand-drawn logos and things of that nature, thanks to Tubarão for creating one of the first images that we used. We then eventually developed into the Cape Verdean and Brazilian Cultural Center of Rhode Island, where we did a lot of education about these two countries, their similarities, and their shared experience with colonization under the Portuguese Empire. By 2004, 2005, we had met and eventually joined Associação de Capoeira Mandingueiros dos Palmares with Mestre Chuvisco, who really revolutionized our capoeira and put us into the path of the capoeira style that we do today. In 2017, we put together a traveling group to really start getting into every crack of Rhode Island that we could. And we went into schools, higher education, corporate, government, nonprofits. Our goal was just to be everywhere, to educate about African roots, African diaspora, the story that people did not really want to talk about, which was the story of enslavement, but above all, the story of resiliency and resistance and tenacity, because capoeira exists despite all of the things that happened in Brazil through enslavement, not because of it. And because of our group being so diverse, people from all walks of life, not only Rhode Island, but we had a group in Virginia and Florida. We still have one in Massachusetts. We had a group in Colombia. We have traveled to Brazil and Cape Verde. We have been all over the United States, and we bring people together. And what we've learned is that it's more than Cape Verde and Brazil. We have now become something that's really more of the globe. Hence our logo in 2010, when we converted it to this image of Pangea, which communicates the time when the continents were one. And this is what we're striving to be, not necessarily pulling back the continents together, but we're certainly going to try like hell to make sure that everyone has a seat at the table and has equal respect, at least in our group, for sure. In 2017, Mestre Chuvisco recognized me as a mestre in his association, making me the first capoeira mestre of Cape Verdean descent. And this October 28th, we will make history again by graduating the now Mestrando Tabareu, which is the process of becoming a mestre, into Mestre Tabareu, October 28th, and he becomes the first mestre of Dominican descent. And that is significant to us, especially here in Providence, where we have such a large Dominican community. Y'all have been with us through a lot. You've traveled with us abroad. You have seen our work in various states. You've seen our work in various modalities, including during the time of COVID when we had to go online, or this picture on the bottom right-hand side here when we came together with our breakdancing siblings to make sure that the story that needed to be told about resistance and resiliency continued to be told. So we thank you for always showing up in all kinds of situations. We've performed for one person in the audience in the middle of rain to 10,000 people in the audience watching us through binoculars and telescopes or something. So no matter what modality, whether we're inside of a building at an auditorium or at a park or at a beach, people have come to celebrate this beautiful art with us, and we are really grateful. So that brings us to the event. We want to give back a little bit, but also need some support to pull it together. Arts of Resistance, Dances from the Storm is about bringing together the stories of of our siblings in the arts. We have Bomba from Puerto Rico, for example, who is going to be coming and representing the story of resiliency in Puerto Rico, or Batuco from the Cape Verdean Islands, so on and so forth. And we don't want to ruin the surprise here, but the idea is to come and celebrate in all of these different forms. It is a masquerade. The site kind of tells you a little bit about the why. Masks is more than just hiding your face when you're doing mischievous things. It is about ritual, it's about history, it's about ceremony, it's about culture. And we want to give people the opportunity to come and tell their story about the masks of their cultures, from Africa to the Americas to Europe, etc. So please do come. It's a masquerade. We're hoping to raid that space with masks and make it something that's really exciting. For capoeiristas, you don't have to bring your uniform. This isn't that kind of event. It's not that kind of encounter. This is a party. It's a celebration. And we are taking the opportunity to do the formatura, which is to recognize Mestre Tabareu, as well as some other instructors of our group that will be graduating that day. And there will be a harder demonstration by those instructors. So if you're a younger student, you're just coming to support and be part of that show. There's a show from 6 to 8, and then from 8:30 on, we will have party, we will have harder, you will have the opportunity to play, and just make sure you're wearing a costume or whatever you're doing that's comfortable enough to allow you to do that. Hopefully that answers the question. I do want to also say that we do have some food trucks. We'll have music. DJ Donnie Battle is going to be doing music for us. We have Shashi Carvalho, who's going to be doing a presentation with us. I won't ruin any of the details here, but I really hope that you come and help us fill your seats. We do need you to reserve, because this is the way that we make sure that we plan accordingly. We're renting chairs. We want to make sure we tell the food trucks what to expect and things of that nature. So your planning ahead helps us plan. But there is no cost to this event. You can contribute whatever you want, but we don't want a single cent to get in the way of you being part of the celebration with us, and to to show up, because I know you're traveling from Canada and from all over New England, and especially our Capoeira family. You've already supported us in so many different ways. We really would like for you to be here. And for our local businesses and sponsors, if you're able to support us to make sure that this stays completely free, and it will be no matter what, but to really help us cover the costs, it'll be fantastic to get your support. If you have any questions and you want us to send you a packet of information, you can send an email to info@newwavemartialarts.com, and we will take it from there. And I just want to take a moment to thank our partners and our contributors, people who have been doing this work with us for a very long time. New Wave Martial Arts and Fitness, formerly New Wave Self-Defense, has been our home since 2000. Waterfire Art Center was one of the first organizations to come to the table, and our very first national, international event was at the Waterfire in 2004. And we have been partners. We just celebrated our 20th this past summer. PVD World Music, DG Construction, Holographics, AMP Academy, and a whole bunch of others. These are folks that are stepping up for this particular event, but we've had a lot of people that have supported us over the years. And I hope we can continue to add other businesses into this list. Lastly, I just want to say that this is also part of the Meshantikit Cultural Placemaking Con Festival, which is an initiative to make sure that we are tethering, we're connecting stories to land, and those land to stories of people and their history and their culture. And that this is a really important thing. As an immigrant to this country from the Cape Verdean Islands, West Africa, I want to be really cognizant that I am a visitor, a recent visitor here. And our indigenous siblings of this area have welcomed us into this space, and they continue to contribute in wonderful ways to our group. And we just simply learn a lot from coming together. And I hope that that's what we do on October 28th. Thank you very much. I hope this wasn't too boring, and we'll talk soon.